Hey everybody, got a surprise box of rocks in the mail. A friend sent us a bunch of agatized fossil coral. I assume they're from Florida, mainly because I don't know any other locations they're from. Um, Probably more than one location that these come from down in Florida, and I can't tell you. They don't all look to be from the same place. This one's the smallest. It's just a little sliver there. You can see some of the coral polyp or the head of the coral. I don't know what they're called, but the interiors are what were mainly changed with the silicates and turned into this one's botryoidal chalcedony with druzy quartz in it. Sugar druze is what they call this. Looks awesome. Then we got another one with a little bit bigger druze. This one looks like rock candy. Again, it's botryoidal first, and then the druzy quartz comes in secondarily. There's the back. Pretty thick. Nice and clean. All of these pieces are fabulous. Totally unexpected. This one doesn't have druze on it. Yeah, I guess it does. It's just not sugary where it's shiny. They're really translucent, so you get a depth in this piece that those others don't really have. You can see down into the little towers of botryoidal chalcedony and druzy there. A little bit more interesting exterior is what I would assume this is, the exterior of the coral head or polyp or whatever they say. There's my dogs in the background fighting over a toy. Here's another good one with a cup shape and awesome little mini towers of chalcedony and sugar druze. Kind of has a yellow cast over there on the right that's not just bad color in the camera. Has about the same exterior as that last one, you know, and just like any location, I'm sure that pieces have different looks even a few feet away from each other. This one's got a little damage, but it's got some neat ridges. The botryoidal created some ridge shapes. They seem to follow some natural form of the chalcedony, or excuse me, the coral. Real awesome sugar druze on this one. Sorry about the dogs. I'd tell them to be quiet, but I don't think it would work. This one's one of my favorite ones. It's got striations in there, which I'm sure were part of the coral fossil. This one reminds me of those fantastic carvings that you'll get out of Asia that they carve jade and whatever, and they turn them into little scenes with villagers and trees and oxen and all that kind of neat stuff. Kind of stands nice too. It's got a neat exterior. You can kind of see vertical striations there, and then you can tell that it had sort of a tubey shape inside. I don't know. You could probably research coral and see what shapes they are naturally to see how much this has even changed from the original shape. So those are all the little druzy ones. Here's another one with druzy. This is almost a full, I don't know, it's like an orange wedge. I assume that these would be grouped together when the coral colony was alive. Brain coral or something like that. Got a little druzy pocket on that one end. And then you got the interior where you can see deep down inside. This one would make an awesome lamp. Pretty translucent. I need to find a good source for little mini LED lamps. This one's neat, totally different from anything I've shown yet. Call it the brain octopus. Totally botryoidal, chalcedony, no druzy on this one. Hey! That'll shut him up for 10 seconds. Looks like a little creature from the lagoon reaching out with its swamp tentacle. And what's cool about this one is that bulbous part is totally hollow, screaming to be a lamp. I got these from a good friend, Teal van Vlymen. We've known each other on Facebook for quite some time, and he's always been good to me. He's a little loopy, just like all of my friends, so I know he's got to be real. Any man that'll send me a box of rocks on trust is a good friend of mine. Here's another good botryoidal chalcedony piece, if I can get it to focus. Lots of character. White, cream, coral color, haha. Again, you can kind of tell how the polyp was oriented when it grew, maybe something like this. A lot of times you'll find botryoidal chalcedony all orients in the same way. These all seem to kind of run in a similar direction, but they're not all parallel, that's for sure. If it was a crystal, I'd call these things double terminated. I know that botryoidal chalcedony is a crystal habit, but you know, it happens bit by bit by bit, so I don't know if it's technically you'd call some of these chalcedony straws double terminated or not, but why not? I'm right until I'm wrong. This one's killer. Here we have one that's kind of like some that we'd had in our shop earlier. Pretty much sold out already from a trade we did. This one I love because it looks like a massive canyon. Maybe it's on Mars. Got a little bit of carbon dioxide snow where the sun never hits. Then you've just got that awesome ridge of botryoidal chalcedony, no damage on it. You've got that little pointy one down there. Looks like one of those features you'd find in an awesome old canyon. Very cool surface feature. I would imagine this is the top of a polyp, that it would sit like this and it would be a big, tall, conical structure. Pretty color. You can kind of see back in there too. This piece is very heavy and solid. That's about all that's going on. You got some cool botryoidal right there. You got a little sneak peek in there. I don't know if anybody's gonna gasp, but I'm gonna cut this one up. Get over it. Who knows what it's gonna look like. Hopefully it's got some really sweet features, and it's not just solid chalcedony with no features. I'd love to see some eyes or some tubes. If any of you experts that might see this disagree, please let me know. But I think it's sweet. A napper might actually like this one. I know that nappers like this material a lot. It cooks really well and turns even prettier colors. It's not my forte. Here's another cool piece. They're all cool. Get it to focus. I like the way the last layers of chalcedony kind of left some color character on them. It's got a goofy shape to it. You can see way back down in there. April says this looks like a monster. Kind of like an orc. Got a little eyeball. So we're getting up into the big boys here. These are the last three. Teal actually sent me a piece like this a while back that I still treasure. It's in my personal super secret private collection. This one's like another cliffside on Mars. You got your carbon dioxide snow. Very coral-like features on the outside. I'm sure some expert can identify the species or the genera or whatever, the family group of coral that this is. Alright, so the two best ones. This one needs a stand that sits it like this, because look at it. A sweet wall of botryoidal chalcedony, like a tower, if I can get it to focus. Focus! Hiding a whole little family. Big family. Back in the day when you had 15 kids and all your aunts and uncles and everybody lived in the same place. There you go. Family of chalcedony. Neat features you can see back in it. You got your surface looking extra cool. I wish I had a little xylophone mallet. It feels and sounds kind of like it has some resonance, if you can believe it. So that's my second favorite. And here's the coolest one of all. Wham! This doesn't even make sense. Chalcedony straws run amok. Definitely worth researching what the process is here. Which part of the animal actually silicified or silicated, and then what was removed. You know, maybe these tubes were actually always gaps and then the plant matter dissolved, or I don't know. Check that out. Super long chalcedony straw, totally connected all the way down in there, covered in druzy. So that's awesome. The color's awesome, but then look at the outside of this. Sweet. It's like a beehive. So, we're going to do some research and figure out what these are worth, and hopefully not keep too many for ourselves. Yeah, but as you know, no matter how deeply buried in my personal collection it is, it's going to become available someday. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you know anything about fossil coral from Florida and you want to pipe in, share your comments wherever I post, Reddit or Facebook, or this video obviously is on YouTube. You can leave the comments there, but I don't know whoever will see them. So thanks for sharing with me.